Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell us a little about yourself, where you're from. And,
I'm from the Netherlands. One of many Netherlands players. We have a pretty active community. Small country, but we have a lot of players that are enjoying the game, which is the important part. I'm part of the Night staff as well. Currently, I'm in the PR team and I'm an executive board member, but I've been part of pretty much every team in the project, except for Wolf's team. Like you, that's one team I don't think I've been in. HR probably, even though I do help a bit there, because I know a lot of the players. So a lot of our staff members are, of course, also players, because that's well, I would be staff.
yeah.
I can help a bit out with getting the right people on the right job, so it's all fun. So yeah, being active in the project as a whole. So.
Yeah, you're actually at the top now because you're executive board.
Yeah,
I remember back in the day when
I
joined the film board.
Yeah, I started as I joined up as I think the plan was I would be in but now it's the ACS. I think it had a different name back then. Army. Yeah. The step between the Army design team and the community. But I got thrown into the actual book because there were a lot of film board players at the moment to help out, so that's how I rolled in. And then for some weird reason, I know why I got into the PR team. I wanted to try to promote the film board, so I went to each forum and I post like, high elves are amazing, but you should also try if you like. For the warriors, if you like armor but you miss shooting, you should really try something film board. So those pieces got me noticed.
So you like the Jehovah's Witness of
of the night pushing the army, and after that I got into the tournament team as well, getting in results. But that was a bit of a problem back then because we lacked results. It's always tricky to get tournament results and just casual play. And since we have like a tournament pretty much every 2 weeks, we got a ton of Dutch results, which kind of screwed the meta up a bit. So, and after that, I got on the balance board for like 6 months or something. Then we had the major reorganization. And then I got the question from Tiny back then, who was executive board member. He's still now he's advisory board member, and one of the founders as well. Like we want you doing something more because you can do more, but you have to choose between design and more management function. Like, I really like designing, but on the other hand, I already knew that a lot of people, being a designer is the most popular thing to do. Of course, it's fun. I thought I'll help in the management section, so I went to the advisory board member, and after that, just got into the executive board position. So, yeah, trying to make something of the game. Yeah. I'm still really heavily in the PR section. I'm still making the videos here of the EPC. I try to get more content creators. I'm always looking for people making videos for battle reports or whatever, creating them boards. I started the Night Scroll, which I'm really happy that Henry took over from me because that was a lot of work to do besides everything else. It's like, oh, it's a weekend, so I'll start writing the scroll on Friday evening, and Sunday evening I'm done, just after Sunday. But I'll write the next scroll as well because Henry's on vacation, so I'll probably do something weird with the scroll, do something a little bit more fun, more humorful, because it's fun. I was thinking about doing the cover of a nice Night Age, one of a beautiful artwork, beautiful, amazing artwork coming out, just make a picture of it and then a white paper type, post it on and just say Night Age scroll, like really cheap, just to have a bit of a more laugh, because it's a hobby, we should all be laughing and having fun, so yeah, that's pretty much it.
So when did you start the hobby? How long time ago?
I started, Night Age, I think I missed the first 2 months of the project. And then in our country, when Warhammer Fantasy died, there was like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? I run a lot of events, and we have a club in our country that's pretty open to anyone. So we have monthly tournaments for all the different games. And we were like, well, we want to do something, look around about Night Age, we'll do that. And that became quite popular, and I was like, I want to keep this going, so that's why I joined up with the staff. Because it's a lot of wargamers, a lot of my friends are wargamers, a lot of wargamers are my friends in my country. Yeah. So you want to keep that together as a whole. So that's why I'm in the hobby. I actually started with Warhammer. I started with Wartime when I was just a really little kid. Yeah. Like, I think I played 2 games with an old friend. Completely dropped the hobby after that. Then I met my wife, and she got me into Warhammer Fantasy. So yeah, my wife also plays, so it's a bit of a different setup. She just likes the models, and I just, I want to play, so I went to a tournament, and then I got hooked. I'm a pretty fanatical tournament player, so I try to go to like at least 12 events a year. So, which is tricky because I also run 12 events a year. Or this year I'm running 14 events. So 14 events plus trying to play 12 is 26 events. That means half a month I'm away the weekend to play night days. So yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, the one thing I am missing is painting because being a staff member takes up way too much time sometimes. So usually I paint like 2 armies a year to scratch, so now not as much. I took a month off a year ago from staff, just start painting again, and I painted my PC army, which is pretty easy to paint. And so reset my motor, get the hobby motor going, because the hobby is important part of the hobby, the painting part.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Can you name me 3 things you like about the 9H and maybe 3 things you don't like?
The main thing I like is that it's free. That is, I think, quite important, because I'm expecting in the future that 3D printing will become way more available. I had a big talk yesterday with one of the team Particle, who is really into 3D printing.
Yeah.
And I think as soon as that becomes really commercially available, I think 9H will have a giant boost, because then you get semi-free models, because you can have some guys decide buy the template for €10 and just print out an army, for example. So having free rules accompanied with it. The other thing I really like is just staff and the community. So if I look at my own country, before Night Days we all played in our country, and we had the EDC team that traveled abroad. We now have, for example, a tournament in Brussels, and we were sending 4 teams from the Netherlands to play there. So the entire scene has become way more international, which I really like. You also see with WhatsApp and Facebook, there's a lot of interest from the Dutch team, the Dutch player base, without everything's going on. So I really like that part a lot. The third thing I like the game as well. I like the rule setup. I had a bit of an issue at the start of 1.3, like a lot of people. It was a pretty big swing. For example, I really didn't like the magic phase, the one with the cards, when I read it. But then when I started playing it, I quite liked it. So sometimes you just have to get over the nostalgia to the other times. Plus, my biggest favorite change is with the magic cards. I know which turn it is, because it just comes the magic cards back. I use a problem. Is this turn 5, turn 6? I forgot. But that's one thing I like. I like that they brought back the signature spells for all the armies. So we still have a little bit more difference per army, which I really like. I'm kind of liking the background, the artwork. There's this artwork coming out from Marcus. Again, you guys can't see that, but it's really beautiful. I'm like, wow, I wish I could do that. I have no artistic talent whatsoever, and see those guys draw and paint, it's really cool. And 3 things I don't like. Being staff, I sometimes don't like, I'll be honest. It's like trying to herd a bunch of cats, because we have people from all over the world, all different cultures, and for example, the Dutch can be quite blunt in their communication, which can upset other people. Other people are a bit more verbally active than others. Some countries are more laid back. It's a bit stereotyping, I know, but you can tell sometimes the difference from where somebody is. So that's sometimes a bit tricky to get everyone with the nose in the same direction. And some people have a giant amount of passion for their army. Let's say Beasters, first one in the alphabet. If you have someone who's a giant Beasters fan, sometimes it's tricky to get them to pull a little bit back and not just make their army the best, the most amazing army in the world. So that's one thing that's sometimes tricky. Other thing I don't like is our speed, but that's because we're volunteers. It's just how it is. I just would have liked to have more books out. But the Demon book's coming pretty soon, so I'm really happy for that. And I just want to see more, because the Warrior book, it's amazing to look at. I've got one copy printed out at home. My son loves to read through it, which is a good sign. He also loves the old other army books, and likes reading them. So getting that feeling from a young kid, and like, yeah, this is the way we have to go. Get those full color books and everything that draws in young guys, young girls as well. Should mention we have a lot of female players in our country, so I should say girls as well. And the third thing I don't like. Sometimes the community can be a bit frustrating, and I know that everyone has passion for their subject, but I do the PR, so if you're posting on Facebook or Twitter, you're talking usually to me. And if you have days where you have like 60 or 70 personal messages, you're like, and it's 40 times like, I don't like this, and you're like, yeah, I know. And sometimes it's hard to get energy to respond in that in a positive way, but that's part of being a member of the social team. So yeah, those are the things I don't really like, but hey, it's the game itself I like, and I like the community as a whole. So it's just sometimes it's just a bit hard to do so much stuff without getting paid. I'm Dutch, I like money. Okay, send me money, pay me. Sometimes I wish we could actually pay our staff. I think that would be great, but then we would not have free rules, and I think free rules, like I said, one of the top things that makes us us. I mean, I don't know any other game that's so big, so many in sport, except for perhaps Blood Bowl, which has had the same for years. The community kept it up alive. So yeah, I think the future will be bright.
Yeah, that would be my next question. What can we expect for the future? You know, the 2.0.
Yeah, the goal is coming up, and I hope it's coming up faster than later. But we also still need to do quality control, so a lot of stuff is being tested. We have a new auxiliary book coming out. It's being play tested, which it's another one that's linked to the Warrior book. So it's for the guys that want to play something to Warrior book that's no longer possible. It's a way to still play with that. In my country, the auxiliary books are allowed at events, so you can just bring them to a tournament because they're quite balanced, okay enough to play in tournaments. We have a scenario book coming out that I got some of the homebrew guys. And I said, guys, come on, let's pull out. We were all three of us, or four of us now, we're making scenarios. And I'm like, that's cool, but if we just all team up, make a book, we'll have an official book, so your homebrew stuff becomes official. And I think that's important. We should look on where we can use homebrew guys to help support stuff that is supportive. I hope this is the first step, so you can bring more guys in. Because looking for new talents for design, I think homebrew is probably the place to look, because those guys have the energy to do it on their own without any support, which is for me a good indication that they are passionate enough to work on it. So that book is being play tested. It should come out as soon as it's done play testing and the layout's done. I've been writing my own game because I have a young kid and he loves pirates. I love pirates, and he wants to play Night Age, but he's too young for the game. It's just too big. So I also, like I said, I started with Wartime. So I wrote a skirmish game. There is another one in the homebrew section which is super detailed. It's a really cool system, but again, that's too complicated for my son. So I made a pretty simple game. So you can play, you can use the models. It's based on Night Age rules, so it's just without a lot of the extra stuff, like the quick start, like a little bit. So that should be, when I'm done with the ETC, because this is a massive break in my time, I'll continue on it, and then it will probably be released as an auxiliary little thingy, just for those who want it. I already had some of the RT guys, I always asked Kent to look at it, so it's for some quality control and layout and spelling, because I'm not English, so there will probably be some iffy words in there. And I got some of the art guys to help out. So it's a bit of a spare project from the guys in the staff who have the time. And I think it's great because I had I wanted to promote the Night Age, but having people play the Night Age at an event, I did that last year. That's not really helpful working because I can do I set up the game so they can play 2 turns, but that's still like an hour for new people. So you can join the game to like 6, 7 guys or girls. So I thought I'll do this. So last month I did, there was an open gaming day for clubs. I brought the Pirate Feral game in the beta, and I had like 30 guys, 30 girls mixed up playing the game, and then they can see the background and they can get into it. So I think this is a nice way to slide it into the bigger game as well. Especially Edward helped out with Scottish Knight helped out with the fluff. So it's a little bit of a spare side project, but I'm quite happy with it. So something cool to add to our growing collective of games. Because I think as soon as gold hits, I've also been talking with our team members or people like that. There are a lot of ideas, but we really need to get the gold edition out. So it's taking up a lot of our resources, and then we can go a little bit deeper, like in warbands. That's something being discussed. So we have the quick starter for getting into the game, but we also want to have a rule set probably for smaller point sizes. So those experienced players or people that just want to ease into the game that way can play the game, which I think is a great way to play. We already play like 2,000 point tournaments, so it's a small force to play 5 games in a day, which is awesome. My team loves it, but it is a bit out of balance. Yeah. We had one guy show up with a Chaos Dragon Lord because it could just fit in there. Yeah, that's not really what we intended. So I think having that as well should really help. So yeah, lots of stuff coming out.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Lastly, what do you expect of your team this year?
If we win this round, we have won 3 rounds, and I will be happy because we have a very new team. We have a couple of guys who've been here either once or twice. One of them's been here years ago. We have one guy that has a lot of experience, and the rest of them are pretty new. For some even it's like the 18th tournament they're at, and our Dutch team has a lot of tournaments, but they're all really small, casual, laid back. So it's a bit of a culture shock. So if we win 3 rounds, I'll be extremely proud of them because we're kind of bringing sheep to the slaughter here because some of the teams are really experienced, really gifted. So it's a good learning school for them.
Yeah. What do you think about this year's event?
I'm really amazed by the painting standard because last couple of years we saw some iffy shit going on, like the T9A incident. This year I haven't seen. There's one army that it's on the edge with proxies and not really cool, but not bad enough to get in charge. I don't want to get in charge to get some other models from the table, but I was thinking if I was a more hardcore captain, I could have just said get in charge and said those are not the models, they should be get them off. But you don't want to do that, not on our table level anyway. But most of the armies are painted pretty nicely, so I'm quite happy with that. The air conditioning works, which is awesome. There's a shopping mall on the other side of the street, also awesome. I don't have any real complaints. The events run pretty well. I like the whole YAS last year more in Salamanca because I found it reminded me a bit more of a dungeon or a basement, which is kind of fitting for our game system instead of this giant arena. But it's great.
Yeah, I like it too here. I think that's good.
No real complaints.
No.
Which is a change for something. We have clean toilets, which is, for me at least, it's really important.
Yeah.
We've heard stories before, people shitting in bags and stuff at other events.
Okay.
Because the toilets were down, so this is great.
Okay.
All right, Ken, thanks. But I've got to go back to my team.
Thank you for talking to me.
Yeah, good luck with the rest of you. Thanks, Ken, for all the coverage as well.
Yeah, thank you for all the work you have done for the language.
So no problem. All right, guys. Bye.